Hi, good afternoon. We are back, and thank you. You are listening, Shatranj. We are at SheTech Lead 2026, organized by ISACA Bangalore Chapter. I have Miss Reema with me. I would like Miss Reema to introduce herself.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. And I think it was fantastic. At least to start with, the day was very good. Um Happy Women's Day to all of you ladies, and Happy Men's Day for tolerating us and having and being so patient to us. And I think it's important that I always say this, right? That like people say that behind every successful man there is a woman. I would say behind every successful woman there are 10 men. So yeah, we get a lot of support
Yeah.
from our fathers, brothers, husbands, and their extended families, and that's when we are all here. A quick introduction about me. I would say I have completed my data science in especially specific to AI, and also I have done my leadership and entrepreneurship back in 2000, and from there on to today the journey has been more to do with employment to entrepreneurship journey that I have taken. I have come from a family where we had a lot of challenges to do with our fees during our college times as well. So I have actually started to work early on, and at that point work was a need of an hour. It was not definitely something that I wanted. I was aware of that it's going to turn out to be a very different passion. So from 15, when I would do a door-to-door sales of certain products. From there, I moved on to an advertising agency where I worked for 4 years. And from there on, the same agency gave me an opportunity, and I got a job in Microsoft.
Oh, wow.
So that was the journey, how IT happened to me. And from 2000 onwards, and after I finished my graduation, I then started to also learn a lot around technology, a lot of certifications. So you, as a woman, I would say back in 2000, 2010, between that period, we had a lot of different challenges because I was in sales, right? So for people, it is very objectivized. When a woman is, a very objectivized situation. Most times she falls into a trap. If you're doing your numbers, you're doing your numbers because of X reasons. If you're not doing your numbers, you are still continuing in this organization because of Y reasons. You're getting promoted X reason. You have a team of people to manage Y reasons. So I would say that those are the kind of challenges we kept facing until a long time, wherein I then picked up a role with one of the MNC companies, which allowed me to have my own pace at which I would engage with the market. It gave me a dignity, it gave me a comfort and a spot where I could dictate the terms to the market. So I seeded this company, one of the members who seeded this company in India, and we were one of those first few, who started the shop here. And then eventually we engaged a lot with the large SIs, the global SIs. We built partnerships, etc., etc., and then we got it to a stage where it was acquired by IBM. So we are a lot of learning in that process, and most importantly, working with people from different countries. Right, we had someone from US, someone from Australia, someone from Singapore who was consistently working with us. I think it helped me to have a cross cultural learning as well, and it clearly showed me the shallowness of how we as a country at that point with our set of employees or set of colleagues or counterparts would behave versus how we were being treated by them. Okay, so I think that cross cultural learnings that we had early in life helped us to build a very different mindset. And that's when you get into a leadership position, it's not about men and women. I think they're only different when it comes to washrooms.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, a woman can do what a man can do, and a man can do what a woman can do. So we're all good there.
Right.
And we have an advantage of reproduction.
Yeah.
So that is what nature has gifted us.
No, absolutely right. And I would like to know what is the boldest professional decision you have taken in your career? Because I see you have been moving from one level to another level. You have moved from small SI to a global MNC. You worked on the sales, so I can understand kind of challenges you must have faced.
Sure.
But what is the boldest professional decision you have taken in your career, and which has changed your thought process and working style, or stature into the professional world?
So I would say most of the decisions I have taken are bold, Sandeep, because of multiple reasons. A, I have never repeated a job. Okay, like if I have worked for an industry, I would be very clear that this is, if I invest here 4 years, 5 years, whatever number of years, this is what my investment is. Beyond this, if I have a poaching situation or if someone's trying to give me a better numbers and say, okay, come over, let's have. That was one of the boldest decision I took, that I'm not going to repeat a job. Okay. Now it has helped me in various different ways. And today when I go back to my journey, I can see it's a huge learning that I have done. And of course, that helped me to change industry. So today, I can say that in whatever 25 years, I would have touched upon every part of an organization's infrastructure, application, leadership, HR, legal, almost every single department. And that's because I have taken this kind of transformative approaches, and that possibly helped me to survive in my startup.
Understood. So, as I learned, you have been taking decision based on your learnings, based on your situations, and that's quite good enough, because when we want to learn, we need to upskill time and again, right? Doing the same things every time can be boring, right? So I can understand from where you are coming from.
I know where you're coming from. Who can understand this better than you?
So what did it teach you about leadership? All these things.
Oh God. One thing I really learned is being intuitive. They say that you have this gut, the sixth sense.
Right.
It really sharpens by the day because you are learning on the ground.
Right.
Each day, a new challenge. When you shift industry, I'm not saying I would shift. I have not shifted for IT, but IT has been a center. But I have played multiple roles, in terms of sales, leadership, strategic, surrounded by IT. So for me, I would say that it really helped me to sharpen myself in terms of my learnings. I still remember people would call me, "Arey, sales bandi hai. Let's not
mingle other.
Let's not trust what they say."
Yeah.
And I was like, why would someone make such a lame statement about me as a person, right? And that actually made me think that why not create myself in a way that I'm not trying to sell to you, right? I'm only trying to project something to you, which if you want to take a choice, it's good for you. And I think it by far is the best for you. No one else can give you this kind of choice, is what I bring to table.
Yeah.
And that helped me the learning part of it.
I feel I talk many times, right? In sales, features can be told and benefits can be sold. So if you sell the benefit, your buyer will always trust you.
Yes.
Because you are bringing something which benefit to him.
Right.
And coincidentally, being into sales for 15 years, for product sales, solution sales, I have sold product dreams and now strategies. So what is in it for me? That is what the other person is going to look towards you, right?
Absolutely. And everyone is looking for someone to act as a shoulder.
Right.
The problem is, most times, out of the sheer pressure of numbers, out of the sheer pressure of trying to get through your benefits, your incentives, you end up trying to push a lot of wrong things or a wrong product or a wrong service to a client. And that's where the comfort, the trust completely breaks.
Right.
So that is one thing, and it's very difficult to retain that kind of a personality where you are not trying to sell.
I can correlate, Rima. But one thing which comes in my mind when you're talking on the numbers today in current situation when we are talking about this AI is coming to in all of the business verticals functions, right? As a leader, what do you see how the business is going to work and what is the role of technology? I mean to say, I feel business and technology has to work hand in hand. But do you think business has to take the technology leader's role or technology leader's role to take the business role? Or both have to work together? How you perceive it?
Okay, so there's one thing that I've learned at Stanford, right? So we had this beautiful coaching, and we still are invested in Stanford. So we do keep taking a lot of coaching from them. I think one very nice and a very beautiful coaching that they've given to us on the operational excellence is that how your pillars talk to each other, be it business, be it sales, be it technology, be it your leader, be it your legal, HR, all the pillars. Okay, when they actually have a very, very, very good communication with each other, that is when it brings to excellence in the organization,
Absolutely.
right? Typically, what happens is that sales thinks that they are the strongest pillar because they bring the numbers, and delivery thinks they are the strongest pillar because sales is futile if they don't deliver right, right? And uh, in this two, only the two of these people are only engaging with each other. I don't see in most organizations a great role being played by the legal, nor by the HR, nor by other departments except of finance.
Because of lack of governance, I believe.
Absolutely. Bang on. And that's where the excellence goes off. Because if your legal is not with you between the two departments, or if HR is not with you, possibilities of harmony is definitely not going to be there.
And I've seen in many of the digital transformation projects failed not due to tech. At many cases, pre-sales have committed something and delivery is not ready to deliver it.
Yeah.
It is not like they don't want to deliver it. Basically, they had no clue.
That's right.
I am telling you, one of the startup, and it is going towards the unicorn, having a good establishment in the Indian sphere. And when we have engaged with them, and we got our everything very nicely written, communicated during the RFC stage, during their order handling stage, everything has been communicated. But the moment it has gone to delivery, and we started saying, okay, these things you have to deliver. No, it is not the part of our delivery. Then we have to call the sales back. What we have discussed. So those kind of things I have seen in many cases, and I have moved off that organization, but I came to know that finally that project got stalled.
Oh,
Okay, that project has been scrapped because of the commitment which has been given by the team, which has been committed at the time of taking the order. They could not deliver it. So your point is absolutely right, because legal plays a very good role in the contracting stage. They ensure the it is balanced contract. Second, when we are talking about the delivery and sales has to talk to each other, that is also very, very important. And when somebody feel like I can do the sales, being a tech person, the sales team feels I can manage the tech, but you are not subject matter expert. Let the person who is having the expertise to manage that role.
bang on.
It's better you work together
Yes.
and make 1 plus 1 11, not 2.
Right. Right.
So thank you, Rima, for sharing these thoughts. Before we move on, I would like to have one question from you, not precisely with the last, but what do you see in 2030 the leadership will be?
Wow. Um, we are really going through a huge shift right now.
Mhm.
Um, people are expecting leadership to be focused at how swiftly the decisions are being made today, right? So there was one point in time where leaders were managing the tasks, so they were managing the activities, or they were actually hiring people, but they were not really focused at how would they perform. Today, I can clearly say that the way AI has changed the dynamics of the world, the hiring, the pace at which you have to keep up to your learnings is very, very critical. So 2030, and especially with the Bharat vision that we all have from our Honorable Prime Minister, okay, while he's talking about 2047, but in 2030 itself, every single area they're looking at a scale. Be it aviation, they're looking at a scale. Be it manufacturing, you already launched several semiconductors and others, so that's there. Which also means there's be a lot of load on the banks to the kind of processing we have to do. We are already 100 crores number on Aadhaar, which means that there'll be a lot of middle class coming out and trying to get jobs, which means we have more taxable income coming in, which means we'll have more loans coming in, which means we'll have more consumer durables coming in. And I think the kind of agreements we are signing up with global EU agreements, US agreements, the trade deals are happening, will also influence a lot of economical changes. So all the challenges that we are facing as far as the wars are concerned, as far as those are hindrances which I think will keep happening. There are pop-ups, but the kind of spirit as a country we all have today, I'm looking at a very fantastic 2030 coming up in terms of the way as a country we shall be growing.
Thank you, Reema, for sharing your thoughts. And I feel the bar for middle class is changing because this is not the same middle class what we used to have 10 years back.
They're not afraid.
Yes.
Middle class is
And we're
not
no more-
afraid. They are calling shots. They are taking decisions. And the very important thing is, the affluence,
Yeah.
the value system,
Right.
along with the growth in finance
Right.
of a middle class family
Right.
is actually helping, because the kids are now wanting their parents to not struggle in traveling in the rail,
Absolutely.
but go in flights.
Absolutely.
And that is a beautiful shift.
Right.
Very well said.
And this is where I see now we are not talking about the price of LPG and petrol. We are not concerned because I think we have shifted our mindset from there. And thank you very much, Seema, for sharing your thoughts. And before we close, I would like to have a very small thoughts from you on today's event, which has been organized by ISACA on this Women's Day to honor the She and the Tech leads. So I would like to have your bite on that.
Okay, I think first of all, fantastic initiative, because it's important on a Sunday. I'm seeing like 250, 300 people
Right.
investing their time, effort, money, leaving their families and coming here. I think that's a fantastic thing I could actually see today.
Mhm.
Secondly, we need more creative, more energy
Right.
in tech. Right? We've had too many years where men has driven the show. We really need good energies and good creation also on the other side. So it has to be a balance of the two. So such kind of chapters which actually motivates a women, to speak, like I could speak my experiences over here, and I could realize that a lot could relate to what I was talking, the kind of learnings that I've had in my journey. Similarly, I'm sure women sitting out there are also having their own learnings, experience, journeys. So, how do you resonate with each other? I thought it's a fantastic initiative. More of such events are really required on a regular basis for both audiences as well as for the people who are really taking the time to come here, invest time, and trying to tell the world what's going on.
Yeah.
So I will leave it at that. Maybe I'm going to tell the
Absolutely.
members to have such more events for sure.
Thank you, Reema, and I think we'll keep this conversation on. And fantastic insights you have given me, and I look forward to have you on another session of Shatranj, where we'll talk about how we have to keep ourselves 5 steps ahead from the board, or being a leader, how we can keep our company 5 steps ahead by taking a right move. Thank you, Reema.
Thank
Nice
you
talking
so
to
much.
you.
Nice
Thank you.
talking to you too.